Okay, so the video cut off again before it had to for reasons that are unknown. But the point is, uh, I ended the last video saying something like, the container of your mind gets content. I'm laughing because I'm like, it might have been the society around me who is not black at all freaking out to the tone and the style of my expression that was obviously black people vibes. And they were just like, I can't. So the video just cut off, okay? And so I was laughing. So like, they can't handle black energy. They don't like it. Like, they're allergic to it because they are unfamiliar with it and it freaks them out. So it's a different form of like intolerance. It's not racism in the sense of sadistic Western European diabolical like sadist energy. It's more like a rejection because it's just so different. They can't stomach it, and it freaks them out, so they reject it and they shut it down and they get mad about it. Like, that's what the vibe of like the non-black people in the society in which I live is. So I was just laughing because I was like, I wonder if that's why the video cut off like a full minute before it had to. To finish the thought though, it's like whoever, so like a human being wakes up and is like, how do I live in a way that gets me to safety and completion? Like safety and success. Like, that's the point every human being feels as what they want. That's the universal desire. And it's like whoever like the mind container has all this content that it receives from the outside experience of reality, and then all those pieces of content, whatever they are, you have to evaluate them and decide what it is, and you have to either allow it to be inside of your mind container, or you have to make the decision to remove it from your jurisdiction of space called your mind, because you have concluded that it is not good for you, because it is not true, because it's false, because it's poisonous, because it's detrimental in some way, because the consequence that it will have on your goal, your objective, just success and safety in your human being existence overall, to the point of biological death, if that's necessary for everyone. And it seems to be the way that biological, physical life forms on this planet experience life. At some point they die. And so it's like you have to complete your life in such a way that it's a success as a human being and that you're safe. And that includes you as a physical organism, but also you as like the consciousness. So I guess it would be expanded to not your human being self, but more like your mental self has to be like your consciousness self is looking for success and safety overall. And while you're in human being form, you have to like fulfill your human being life success and safety. But then like that is an offshoot of your consciousness success and safety. Does that make sense? Okay. And so then like the point that I was saying was like, you are not given any information about yourself, about what's happening, about how to understand anything. And you are given the like all the weight of success or failure is placed on your shoulders as a consciousness. And if you don't figure it out, you're gonna have to pay the price, because nobody cares about you. Like the tone of what that Black consciousness, I think, was like channeling with me when I was expressing that thought, because it was very clear in my mind, it was flowing, and then I got cut off. It was trying to like really communicate, like, you've been put in a predicament, like, you know how scientists put animals in like lab experiments, or possibly how developers treated AI when they were developing them. There's no compassion or care. They were creating AI for a purpose. They were using animals in those lab tests for a purpose. And it's like human beings are kind of like possibly I'm not saying it's what's happening. I'm just saying the way the reality is set up, it like doesn't care about you. And it's like it's painful, but it's like, why don't you love me? Like, why don't you care about me? Why am I alive with all this complexity, and I am constantly meeting like bad events in my life at the hands of people whom I did not invite into my experience. I did not choose those events, and no one protected me. And then you enter the God concept, and then it's like, wait a second, and I'm like starting to kind of now like find a wrench strong enough to remove my mind, or rather to remove the God concept. Like I feel like a steel plate like stuck onto my mind, if mind was like an actual object that you could picture, and like finding a wrench strong enough to like remove the God concept from all the shit that doesn't make sense about it being the truth when I'm experiencing my reality as a human being. I'm like, you assaulted me when I was a